the first rule of systems thinking club is that you don't speak about systems thinking because it kind of confuses people.
Vincent, you're kind of a systems thinking expert, and I wonder, how is systems thinking and TOC connected, or is it the other way around?
Yeah, well, I guess everything's connected. So in that sense, it doesn't really matter which way around. I don't think I'm like an expert, even though, yeah, I'm like a fellow or so in this cybernetic society and stuff. But yeah, in the end, from my understanding or our understanding, I speak a lot with my one of my business partners called Ed van der Winde, who is also the chair of the Systems Thinking Society in the Netherlands. And we have kind of one rule, like, it's like the rule of Fight Club. We say, the first rule of systems thinking club is that you don't speak about systems thinking because it kind of confuses people, because there's a lot of technical language. And of course, it also, if you become an expert, then people start asking you all the questions. And what we hope is that, people themselves normally have the answers. They have the questions, and with the question, in a question, normally there lies the answer as well. So like in our understanding, you have a world where things are more connected. Now we've seen it with Corona, we've seen it especially in IT and stuff. Things are more and more connected, so you're not so much in silos anymore. So I just have my application, doesn't communicate with anything else. No, it becomes more and more connected. So now the question, how does that work? And it's also not so easy to say anymore, what causes what. It's not like I push this and then that happens. It's often like, it's more like a very complicated pinball machine where you wonder, how did that happen? And I, in a former life, or like a long time ago, I studied history, and, if you would ask what caused this war, there wasn't always such a clear cause, that this one thing caused the others. It was often about the dynamics between the things, the parts happening. And so when we think of systems, we just think of, we look more from the whole, and see what are the connections between them. And there's a famous example of the car. If you look at a car, if you would look at any single part, you can't really know what the car does. But in total, you know that the car moves and brings people from A to B. But you can't see it in any of the parts. So if you know that, then it's about the relationships. So how are those relationships? And I guess that's where there's also a good connection with TOC. So if you say, okay, if you have a system and there's some form of what it does, and we want to have more of something, so how can we organize in a way that you can have more of something? Mm-hmm. And normally it means that there's some form of a limit in the system which prevents you from having more of that. And that's what, as far as I understand, that's what TOC is very good at. It's understanding where's this constriction or the constraint which kind of limits you from doing stuff. And it can be for large systems, but it can also be for us. So I want to do more of this, but somehow I'm not able to do that. How is this limiting so I can make that next step and do this next thing, which kind of gives me more flow, more joy, and more, that.
So Vincent, we are already at an end of this interview. Thanks a lot for that. At the end, how do you help people? So how can people reach you, and what do you have to offer?
Well, yeah, we're do it together architecture. So what we do is we mainly work with IT organizations, and normally not larger than, like, let's say the team we work with, not larger than 65 people, or the unit can be then split in. So it's not, we're normally not really dealing with the whole organization, which sometimes, BlueDolphin does, is that let's, do large scale change and do the portfolio management for Telefonica. We don't do that. So we focus on smaller teams, and I guess the promise is similar, so that we probably also within a year or so we can also double the throughput of people with the same people. But we also do it with very, very light interventions. And I think that might be a bit of a distinction with some other approaches where we have a very light touch. So we're actually focusing on what people are already doing and helping them with that, instead of doing a long phase where people have to work for us, so we then understand their system, and then we're going to tell them how they can do it better. I said, no, you already know your system. We don't know it. We don't want to know everything. We just want to know what you need to make a next step. And that seems to work pretty well. So what we do see, and that's also consistent with some people who do more in value network stuff, or in really good coaching.
Thank you so much, Vincent. At the end, let's listen to Wolfram Müller, the founder of the BlueDolphin network, how he describes his network.
Okay, what is BlueDolphin? I think BlueDolphin is the first and the really first worldwide community of people who want to do self-organized changes based on theory of constraint. Okay, and what is this? In the end, a theory of constraints is all about getting more output in a very short time without adding pressure to the people and additional resources. That's theory of constraints. And the self-organization part is coming to this point, even in huge organization, in a very, very fast way. And our aim as Dolphins is, of course, to share this knowledge and make it available to as many organizations as possible around the world. So our service is being a community, exchanging ideas, exchanging experience, and make this happen. There are friends of BlueDolphin, that's the smallest version. There you get invitations to our gatherings, you get a newsletter, you get coffee breaks, small information bites. And of course, you get all the support you need to get it started. And there's, of course, a paid membership. And if you are a paid member, then you get additionally service. You get access to the whole community, to the whole network of dolphins with all their experience and knowledge how to do it. There will be question and answer sessions. There will be coffee breaks, even more and better ones. There will be knowledge updates if someone learned something. And you get access to our whole body of knowledge. That's something around 2 gigabytes of data. It's books, it's PDFs, articles, it's small videos and useful links, and even Excel tools to get started right away. So you have access to the whole body of knowledge of the whole BlueDolphin network, and that's very valuable, by the way. And the third part, of course, and the third service is, if you want to really get started, sometimes you need to convince your boss, and we are helping in this. And sometimes it's a little better to have some guidance, some coaching through the BlueDolphin process to really get your success as fast as possible. And of course, we as BlueDolphin, we offer help in this. So we are a community from the beginning to the end, just to make you successful and your company. If you want to join, it's very easy. Just open browser, type in https://blue-dolphin.world, and there's a contact formula. Just get in contact, and you're welcome to swim with us in the ocean as a blue dolphin.